So here's our 2011 Chevy Volt, and it's a salvage title. Had really light damage, I believe, if I remember correctly. I know the front bumper cover was replaced, and it was this right front fender here that was replaced. There was no damage to the hood, no damage to the door. It was just these two components here that was replaced. Oh, and then of course the headlight. There's no damage to the frame, suspension, or anything all the way back. Obviously with the hood open and the car running right now, it's in service mode. So you hear the engine itself, which is running just fine. See, looking down here is your core support. This was all not damaged. All of that's all still original. Go ahead. See, the hood shuts fine. There's no scratches here on the front of the car at all. Get a little leaf there. Now, one thing about this car that makes this one really nice is this car actually came to us from Texas. It has not been driven in any Minnesota salt. So for example, if you look at the brakes are all still not polished, but they're all still silver. There's no rust here on the rotors. None of the suspension's rusty at all. Very clean underneath the car, no rust anywhere. Of course, here's our gas fill. I don't have... Of course, all the doors open and shut just fine. Okay, hopping inside the car here, we do have navigation. Of course, we have heated seats, you know, all your climate control, built-in hard drive. Of course, the radio works, everything there is fine. Up above we have your home link, your backup parking, your dome lights. There is, when you put the car in reverse, as you can see here, there is a backup camera. Of course, the grid lines, as you turn your steering wheel, the grid lines move. On the steering wheel, we have your cruise control functions and your radio functions. Now we have charged the car and driven in electricity mode. Unfortunately, our battery is dead right now. It needs to be charged. So we're going to be test driving the car here in with the engine. This way you know there's absolutely nothing wrong with the engine. Promise you there's nothing wrong with the electrical either. As far as the battery goes, like I said, we have put probably around 100 miles on this car running it on the battery itself. We've put probably another 200, 300, 400 miles or so on the gas engine. Here I can show you our battery power. I better put my seatbelt on. There's one thing I guess I actually forgot to do that I normally do in every test drive, and that's shut the car off. Open up the door here. That way everything clears out. And then I'll go ahead and restart the car. I'll keep my hand here, this way you can see I'm not clearing anything. And you can see that there's no check engine lights at all on a fresh start. So still my hand's here, and you can see there's no lights on in the dash at all. 28,973 miles currently on this one. runs and drives great. There's no issues, no wobbles, no squeaks, rattles, clunks. It doesn't pull. You can see my hands off the steering wheel here. We're going highway speeds, and we're still going perfectly straight down the center of the road. I actually still haven't touched the steering wheel at all. Hands are not touching the steering wheel. They're still going straight down the road. No airbags deployed in this vehicle whatsoever. Very simple, actually easy build. I was surprised with the lack of damage that there was to the car, that this car received a salvage title for some reason. So I'm not sure if this car was stolen or what the deal was. It's not a flood car. There's no water damage inside the car whatsoever. We didn't touch one thing inside this whole car. And in fact, actually, it's still in the exact same condition we got it, interior-wise. We had never replaced anything, never adjusted anything. That was it. Like I say, it's a very clean Southern car, no rust anywhere. As far as I can tell, looking over the car, there's no dings or scratches or anything like that anywhere on the outside. There's only the two body panels that were replaced, so it was a very simple accident. Here I'm hitting the brakes. I'm not touching the steering wheel at all. Of course, I hit the brakes pretty decent and hard. And you can see the steering wheel didn't jerk one way or the other. So it doesn't pull one way or the other under hard braking either. I'll go ahead and do a sharp U-turn here. And I'll do a bit of a hard acceleration. So we can see the back of the vehicle. Looking in the glove box, looks like we do not have an owner's manual for the car. I do only have one key fob in this car, but I'd have to check back at our shop. I am 90% sure we have a second key for this one. So Yeah, I'm pretty darn sure this one we have 2 keys for. We've recently had 3 of these Volts in, and it's kind of hard to keep track of them all, but I think this is the one that we definitely had multiple keys for. Well, that about concludes our test drive for the day. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to email us. We'll do our best to answer them in any way that we can. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming on the test drive. Have a good day.